Good afternoon, students. This is G. Bhimaraju. Today we are discussing definitions in the second chapter. Definitions which is in second chapter, that is columns and structs. So in this chapter, the very important definitions are, and when very important formulas are. Number one is the Euler's formula. Number one is Euler's formula. Euler's formula. So Euler's formula for columns. Euler's formula for columns is crippling load. So Euler's crippling load, nothing but crippling load is nothing but a bulking load. Bulking load is nothing but a breaking load. So where it is where the beam buckles under a given load, so that buckles is nothing but a crippling. That buckles is nothing but a crippling. So the beam, so under a given load, where it is buckles, under a given load where it is buckles. So these buckling is nothing but a crippling. So crippling load is nothing but a ultimate load, safe load, ultimate load, and crippling load. So ultimate load is nothing but the load at which the column just buckles. The load at which the column just buckles. Column or beam, any other structural member, this is nothing but a column, and this is nothing but a given load. So the load at which the column just buckles, is nothing but a buckling load or crippling load or critical load or ultimate load. Okay, so four words denoted as a four words. That is crippling load, buckling load, critical load, ultimate load. So these all are the same phenomenon. The definition is the load at which the column just buckles is called a buckling load. So the formula Euler's buckling load, Euler's critical load or Euler's crippling load is nothing but pi square EI by L square. Pi square EI by L square. So pi square EI by L square in this formula, where pi is nothing but one number, that is 22 by 7, 3.14, and next pi. So EI is nothing but so you already know this is a EI. EI is nothing but, what is the EI? Flexural rigidity. You can see this EI, product of the definition is nothing but the product of Young's modulus and moment of inertia is nothing but a flexural rigidity. So these flexural rigidity, mostly in the problems in the question, mostly you saw in the questions, the problems are in 6th chapter. The problems are in 6th chapter or 5th chapter. That is deflection of beams 1 and deflection of beams 2. So mostly in the problems, that is by using Morse theorem and by using double integration method or by using Maclaurin's method. So all these problems solving with this EI value only. So this EI is nothing but a flexural rigidity. The definition is the product of Young's modulus and the moment of inertia is nothing but a flexural rigidity. And next L. So L is nothing but effective length. L is nothing but the effective length of the column. Okay, so these formula mostly coming in 1 mark question in part A. Mostly coming in 1 mark question in part A. So this is a Euler's crippling load. What is the Euler's crippling load? So the answer is pi square EI by L square. So in this term, what is the EI? So what is the EI? EI is nothing but flexural rigidity. And what is the L? So L is nothing but effective length of the column. And effective length of the column. Effective length of the column. So next, so after the Euler's crippling load and the effective length are changes under a given end conditions. These length, these pi square EI by L square in this formula, these effective length changes by end conditions. So that end conditions is nothing but one is the both ends are fixed. The end conditions is nothing but first end condition is, the heading is Euler's crippling load. Euler's crippling load for different end conditions. Different end conditions. So these question coming mostly in 1 mark question. So you practice more on this for getting a 1 mark from this chapter. And this is also a one of the ESET question. What is the Euler's crippling load? So Euler's crippling load is nothing but pi square EI by L square. Okay. In this formula, these L square, L is nothing but effective length. So these effective length changes under a given different end conditions. The first end condition is both ends are fixed. Both ends are hinged. Okay. So these both ends are hinged condition. So mostly in the problems, one column both ends are fixed or both ends are hinged. So you can change this formula under these end conditions, by these end conditions. So pi square EI by L square. So in this formula changes only effective length, not changes in EI and pi square EI. So the effective length for the column both ends are hinged. So the diagram is this is the column, okay, and this is the effective length L. This is the column and this is the effective length L. This is nothing but a height of the column, is also height of the column. So this is the hinged end and this is the hinged end. So this is a symbol for hinged end and hinged end. So this is the deflection shape of the column. Both ends are hinged. When both ends are hinged, this is the deflection shape. So in this shape, the effective length is nothing but effective length or equivalent length. So the effective length is equal to L equal to L. So when in the problem the column is both ends are hinged, you can use the formula for Euler's is pi square EI by L square, capital L square. Why? Because both ends are hinged condition. The effective length is nothing but is also a effective length. So the formula changes in this pi square EI by. So in this small L square you can substitute L equal to capital L. So L square. So this is the P is nothing but load. CR is nothing but crippling load. PCR is nothing but Euler's crippling load. Pi square EI by L square is the formula. So this formula only for the condition of both ends are hinged. Okay. And the next condition is, second condition is both ends are fixed. Okay. And in these both ends are fixed, the column shape is nothing but like fixed beam. Looks like a fixed beam. But a beam is a horizontal structural member and the column is a vertical structural member. And the same deflection shape as is shown for a fixed beam, the deflection shape. So in this also same deflection shape, that is only at center. So the deflection at 0 at a fixed end and 0 at fixed end, but maximum at a center. So this is a deflection shape. So in the exam, what is the deflection shape of a column? In the question, like what is the deflection shape of columns for given end conditions? So there are given a 4 end conditions. That is, one is both ends are hinged. You can draw a diagram like this, deflection shape diagram like this. And both ends are fixed. You can draw a diagram like this. And these equivalent length nothing but these equal to L, effective length. L is nothing but effective length in meters. So the condition, the equivalent changes under a both ends are fixed. So L equal to L by 2. The condition is L equal to L by 2 for only both ends are fixed. And the formula changes pi square EI by L square. L square is nothing but L by 2 whole square. So PCR equal to 4 and 4 pi square EI by L square. So this is the formula. This is the PCR formula. What is the crippling load? What is the Euler's crippling load? For both ends are hinged. In that problem, you can use this formula. 4 pi square EI by L square is the formula under a condition of both ends are fixed. Both ends are fixed. Simply, you can substitute instead of L equal to L by 2. Instead of L, you can substitute L by 2 here in the Euler's crippling load normal formula. So normal formula is pi square EI by L square. And the third condition is one end is fixed and other end is free and other end is hinged. So this is the condition. One end is fixed and other end is hinged. Okay. So the column diagram is one end is fixed like this fixed end. One end is fixed. You can draw this. You can assume this fixed end at the top also. At the top also, and at the bottom you can assume as hinged. But I can assume bottom a fixed and I can assume this is hinged. This is hinged. So hinged shape is like first condition. This is a hinged end, this is a hinged end, and this is a fixed end and this is a fixed end. And here the condition is the end condition is one end is fixed and other end is hinged. And other end is hinged. So one end is fixed, other end is fixed. So the deflection shape is nothing but so this is a fixed end. This is the deflection is 0 from some portion of the some height of the column, and you can draw a deflection shape from hinged end to at the top of the fixed end. Some portion from the top of the fixed end. Okay, this type, this height. Okay, so this is the deflection shape of one end is fixed and another end is hinged. The column is like this. So this is the equivalent length L. This is the equivalent length L. For this condition, the equivalent length changes up to L by root 2. Changes up to L by root 2. For this condition, the equivalent length is L by root 2. The equivalent length is L by root 2. So for this condition, the normal Euler's formula changes at L, the pi square EI by L square. So L is nothing but L by root 2 whole square. L by root 2 whole square. And next the Euler's crippling load changes for one end is fixed and other end is hinged. So root 2 whole square is 2. 2 pi square EI by L square, capital L. 2 pi square EI by capital L square. This is the formula for one end is fixed and other end is hinged. One end is fixed and other end is hinged. For this condition, and you can use formula for finding a Euler's crippling load, that is 2 pi square EI by L square, and the equivalent length is L equal to L by root 2. L equal to L by root 2. And the last condition is one end fixed and other end free. One end is fixed and other end free. One end fixed and other end free. For this condition, the formula is one end is fixed. The diagram is one end is fixed and other end is free. Other end is free. This like other end is free. So the diagram is like this. The diagram is like this. Why? Because here it is fixed. Here it is free. Here end is free and here end is fixed. There is a no deflection at a fixed end and there is a maximum deflection at a free end, like a cantilever beam subjected to point load at free end. The deflection shape is like this. The maximum deflection occurs at a free end. The maximum deflection occurs at a free end. Okay, and like this is a diagram for beam, cantilever beam, and this is a diagram for column. This is a diagram for column of condition one end is fixed and other end is free. Other end is free. And this is the length of L, effective length L. So L is nothing but for this condition the equivalent length changes up to 2 into L. Changes up to 2 into L. Okay. So the formula changes PCR equal to pi square EI by 2L whole square. Instead of L square, you can substitute 2L square. Why? Because the one end is fixed, the other end is free. The equivalent length is L equal to 2L. The equivalent length is L equal to 2L. Thus the formula changes is pi square EI by 4L square. This is the formula for one end is fixed and other end is free. This is the formula for one end is fixed and other end is free. Okay, this is the formula. And you can use these four conditions, that is both ends are hinged, the equivalent length is L equal to L. You can substitute instead of L and you can substitute L. And for the second condition, both ends are fixed. And you can substitute diagram is like this. You can draw diagram like this. The reflection shape of a column for both ends are fixed. The equivalent length is L equal to L by 2. You can substitute instead of L, that is L by 2 whole square. The formula is like this. And the one end is fixed, other end is free. This is the deflection shape for column, and this is the equivalent length. It is a fixed end and this is a hinged end. And the equivalent length is L equal to L by root 2. And the formula changes, instead of L square you can substitute L by root 2 whole square. L by root 2 whole square. And this is the PCR equal to 2 pi square EI by L square, the formula. For one end is fixed, other end is hinged. And then another one is one end is fixed and other end is hinged. The formula is, this is a fixed end and this is a free end. The diagram is, the deflection diagram is like this. And this is the equivalent length. For these condition, the equivalent length is equal to L equal to 2L. So you can substitute L equal to, you can substitute instead of L, that is 2L square. 2L square. The 2L square is nothing but 4L square. This is the formula. Okay, this is the end conditions. This is the end conditions. You can substitute for every problem. That is condition uses, that is on every problem. For every problem you can use this. And in next video we do the problem on this formula. We do the problem on this formula. Okay, we discussed a problem on this formula. That is Euler's tripling load, pi square EI by L square. Pi square EI by L square under a given condition. Under a given condition. Okay, thank you.